What is up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here, and I am feeling very animated with my hands today. We are going to talk about the final predictions and rumor roundups and what have you for tomorrow's iPhone announcement, which is actually a Verizon announcement, but it's really no surprise. This has probably been the worst kept secret in the tech world since, well, the first iPhone in 2007. So this event is going to be happening tomorrow, which is January 11th, 2011 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in New York. Hence the Eastern Standard Time because it's in the East Coast of the US. So I want to run down all the rumors and what we can expect. Well, first, we can expect a CDMA compatible iPhone. Verizon uses a CDMA network primarily, which is a SIM card-less technology, so that's why you don't see SIM cards or really can't use an unlocked AT&T or T-Mobile phone on Verizon. Really the big question isn't if Apple is going to release a CDMA capable iPhone, but whether or not they're going to release a 4G capable iPhone. Verizon has been pumping out advertising campaigns for their 4G LTE network. It was all over CES. In fact, I think they owned CES with their 4G ad campaigns. In fact, I was using the 4G network while I was in Las Vegas, and I found it to be really outstanding. So the question is Apple going to announce a 4G iPhone? And we can really look back at what happened in 2007 with the launch of the initial iPhone. AT&T was really up and hyping their new 3G network. And Apple decided against launching a 3G compatible original iPhone, instead opting for a 2G or 2.5G edge-only phone, which is much slower data. And they did that because they said the network wasn't mature enough to handle the 3G traffic. Turns out they were pretty right on that one. And also the battery technology hadn't advanced enough that it could handle the extra battery drain that 3G was going to put on the phones. So here we are in 2011 in a very similar situation. We've got a new network, a new standard for this technology interaction with the LTE network, similar to what we saw with 3G, technology interaction. That didn't make sense. We've got a new data network, I guess would be a better thing to say, which is also a significantly bigger battery hub. So how is Apple going to respond to this? Well, I think just announcing a CDMA compatible iPhone and just an iPhone on Verizon using their EVDO Rev A network would be big enough announcement news anyway. But I think it would be at a reputation hit and a detriment to Verizon. With the ad campaign they've been pushing and all the 4G you just see everywhere bombarding you, I think it would make people think twice about picking up the current generation Verizon iPhone when a 4G compatible device could be coming out soon. And it would be a really big hit, I think, to Verizon's reputation. Now, 4G, their LTE network, isn't in a lot of metropolitan areas. It's not in a lot of rural or urban areas either. But it is growing very quickly. And there do exist chipsets which use LTE and CDMA technologies into one. So we wrote an article a couple of days back on Techno Buffalo about why we didn't think it was going to be LTE. But sort of on some reflection, in my personal opinion, is that we are going to see an LTE 4G compatible device. It's a very long-winded answer. Also, I think we're going to see is the return of unlimited data on Verizon. AT&T put a 2 gig cap on their highest tiered plan. You're going to be able to use the Verizon compatible iPhone for as much data as you would like. So it's an all-you-can-eat or all-you-can-drink, so you can just drink all your data. I also think that we're probably going to see the iPhone be white on Verizon, or at least the option to pick up a white iPhone, a way to differentiate the Verizon model from the AT&T model. And speaking of differences, I think we're going to see AntennaGate put behind us. And we're not going to have that big flashing arrow that says do not touch here is not going to be there. I think we're going to see an iPhone 4 that looks very similar to the AT&T iPhone 4, including the SIM card slot on the side, because LTE uses a SIM card, minus the little antenna breaks on the side of the phone. And this brings up sort of an interesting question. And this is kind of becoming a long-winded video, but I got a lot on my mind. And it's my channel, so I'm going to talk about it. What happens with mid-cycle? So the iPhone 4 on AT&T is about halfway through its life cycle. AT&T's phones are generally about, or Apple's AT&T iPhone generally have about a year life cycle, being refreshed about every July. Right now, here we are in January. So not that many months away from would be a July announcement of, let's just call it the iPhone 5. So if Verizon releases their version of the iPhone 4, and AT&T is going to put out an iPhone 5 in a few months, Are there going to be two phones in different life cycles that are going to be out there? Is the AT&T phone always going to be newer than Verizon's? Or maybe we'll even see an announcement of an iPhone 5 exclusively on Verizon, or perhaps we won't even see a new iPhone announcement on AT&T this year, and we'll have to wait till next July before we get one. What I'm thinking that we're going to see is a Verizon announcement tomorrow. Perhaps we won't even see it shipping until July, which I think is sort of doubtful. I think we'll see some minor improvements. I think we'll sort of be the iPhone 4GS over what we have right now. I think we'll see a relaunched, updated version of the iPhone on AT&T. So the big question here is, are you going to switch? If there is an LTE-capable iPhone, I would have a very, very hard time not going over to Verizon. Being a tech reviewer, I really like being able to swap SIM cards and such, and the LTE compatible devices on Verizon, while they do use SIM cards, that's not what they use to identify the phone, so you can't just swap out SIM cards quite yet and test different devices. But I think having that fast data would be a very appealing proposition. So I want to know if you guys are going to switch to Verizon. Have you been waiting for the Verizon announcement and do not care? Are you so sick about hearing about Apple and Verizon that you want to throw up? Are you more in this camp right here, right there, with this guy, that guy, right there, the Verizon, or the Android guy who's eating the Techno Buffalo logo? Are you more in that camp and you're just waiting for Android LTE devices? I want to hear from you. This video became much longer than I expected, but you can tell I've got a lot to say about it. If you're still watching, thank you. If you did not watching, then you're not hearing what I'm saying now anyway. Anyway, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. See you next video. Bye. One last thing that I almost forgot. If you guys want to chat iPhone live, Techno Buffalo's own Noah Kravitz will be hosting a live show on our Ustream channel. Put the link down in the what have you to check it out at noon Pacific time. So that's 4 hours after the iPhone event starts. So it starts at 8 Pacific time, and this is going to be at noon Pacific time. So every time zone you're in, you can do that math. But Noah will be chatting iPhone. Whatever else you want to talk, maybe he'll be taking some calls. I don't know. But stop in, say hi to him, and let's talk some news. Bye, guys.